So you're thinking about moving to DC, and that's great. We welcome you. But you're going to want to know a lot about this city before you get started. Let's get into it. One of the first things you're going to want to know is a little bit about the neighborhoods. DC is divided into four quadrants: northwest, southwest, northeast, southeast. Even though all the quadrants are very close, they're all very different. For instance, Northwest is very, very busy. You have basketball games and hockey games at the Verizon Center. You have luxury shopping down at City Center where you can also stop for a coffee or a high-class dinner. And then you have the more residential part of Northwest, upper side of Georgia Avenue, where they have beautiful, beautiful homes and neighborhoods like the Parks, which is more secluded. They have their own Whole Foods, and there's brand new townhomes, condos, and apartments at a very, very good price. And the neighborhood is still in the city with giving you more of a suburban feel to it. Then you have Northeast, which is very, very culturally and locally influenced. Lots and lots of restaurants and locally owned businesses. You have Union Market Food Hall, which welcomes different types of foods from all different types of ethnicities. It's very artsy. You'll see a lot of graffiti and street art in that area. There's also really cool things to do, like independent movie theaters. I personally enjoy the Angelica Pop-Up Theater, where you can get either beer or wine while you watch an independent movie. There's a lot to do in that area. I think they just put a new skating rink over there. And then there's Southeast. Capitol Hill has a lot of historic original DC architecture, whether it's in the grand single family homes that some of those neighborhoods feature or the row homes. They definitely give you a feel of that older DC original row homes, wooden floors, smaller kitchens, just how the city was originally built. If you're in love with that type of design, then this is the area for you. It's also home to Eastern Market, which features a lot of locally owned coffee shop, restaurants, in a very walkable area. Southwest is home to the Wharf. Very, very beautiful boardwalk along the water. Lots of great restaurants. La Vie, 5-star restaurant. Gordon Ramsay's 5-star restaurant and his fish and chips is located at the Wharf. Definitely a place to take your family. They have swings along the boardwalk. There's even small boats that go out on the water in the summertime. Lots of high-rise apartments. If you like to live alone, or if you just don't need much space, Southwest is a great option for you. They have beautiful, beautiful views of the entire city. Another thing you're going to want to know and take advantage of when you move to DC is the Smithsonian. Probably sounds like one old boring museum, but it's actually 21 museums and the National Zoo, and they're all free for you to take advantage of. They got everything from American history to African art to Latino history to the Postal Museum, my personal favorite, the Air and Space Museum. There's the botanical gardens that are beautiful in the spring. There's also downtown, so you're going to get a glimpse of the cherry blossoms if you go during that time. It makes for a perfect family day out, just to get the kids out and learn something, or even if you're just a history buff yourself and you want to swing past there and learn a couple things. The Smithsonian is something you definitely want to take advantage of. Their free events, the annual folklore festival that they do every year. They also feature Heritage Month celebrations. It's an awesome program that we have to offer in DC, and you're not going to want to miss out on it. While we're on the subject of education, another thing we're going to want to talk about and you're going to want to know about is DC Tag. If you have college students or if you're interested in going to college yourself, maybe online, DC only has one state-funded school. That's the University of DC, and it offers a program called DC Tag, which allows DC residents, those who are moving to Maryland or Virginia, it's only for DC residents, to receive in-state tuition at any state-funded school in the nation. It's a wonderful benefit to take advantage of. Another thing you probably want to consider and think about when moving to DC is that we have traffic. There are a lot of great things about this city, but traffic is pretty bad here. The TomTom report in April last year reported us as second slowest behind New York City. It just is what it is. But there are alternatives to our traffic. We have the DC Metro, we have scooters, you can bike, and it's a very walkable city. If you're thinking about living in the suburbs like Maryland or Virginia, then obviously your only other option is to metro or carpool in. And I do know some people do that, but DC does have traffic, and sometimes it's not even during rush hour. Be honest, it could be on the weekends. There's a bad accident, everyone's looking. It's just a lot of people here, especially been an influx of people who have moved here since the pandemic, and there is an influx of traffic as well. You're also going to want to familiarize yourself with the term DMV. No, not the Department of Motor Vehicles. I'm talking about DC, Maryland, and Virginia, our tri-state area, which is all connected and intertwined. It literally only takes minutes to get from Maryland to DC or Virginia to DC. A lot of people live in the suburbs and commute in. A lot of people live in the city and commute out. A lot of people have family in multiple areas. And a lot of people have lived in multiple areas. I've sold a lot of homes in Maryland to people who were thinking about moving to DC and then found out that Maryland was a better fit for them. It's all about what you want in a home and finding the right place for you. Not everyone is into politics. Yes, a lot of people do work for the government. You will meet some lobbyists, but it's a very diverse and different cultural backgrounds here. There's a bunch of different types of people. There's a very big tech scene here in Northern Virginia. There's Consultants Row on K Street. There's a vast community of entrepreneurs and musicians and artists, and DC is home to all different types of people, not just those that are in the politics. But if you're in the politics, it's a great city to be in. Obviously, it's the nation's capital. It's home to our government. But it's not all the city is. And you wouldn't want to move anywhere, especially not DC, without knowing about the weather. DC is in the mid-Atlantic region of the East Coast. We're not exactly a northern state or a southern state. We're right in the middle. So we experience all 4 seasons in entirety. We got snowfall in the winter, leaves fall in autumn. We get beautiful cherry blossoms in the springtime, and in the summertime it can really get hot, up to about 101, 102 degrees some days. So we experience all 4 seasons, sometimes all at once. It gets a little crazy here, so you want to bring a full wardrobe if you're planning to move to DC. And finally, when you move to DC, you're a Commanders fan. Feel sorry for you if you're from Texas and you like the Cowboys. I know we have one of the biggest rivalries in the NFL, but on game day, that's the only time we won't be friends if you're my client. Thank you much for listening to me today. My name is Ayanna Sade, and I'd be happy to be your realtor if you're moving to the greater Washington area. Follow for more content, subscribe, click the link below to schedule your consultation today.